Well, hello, greetings, namaste, my friends. It's Gregory back here at Mom's house, and we're here to celebrate her birthday. There's a lot of parties here. It's the second day of July. It's actually my sister Brenda's birthday, and a lot of traveling going on. She's actually visiting my dad in Michigan today, and we'll be flying out to see her in a few days. And everybody's all over the place, which is great. So they're enjoying life. That's good stuff. Um, so I'm here in Wilmington, and I wanted to share something with you. I wanted to share what's going on and why I have a little apprehension today. So instead of thinking about a different topic to discuss, I've decided that would be the topic, sharing my apprehension with you, because my intention is to um, basically, while I'm cutting my teeth on doing videos, this video series, that will be completely different. The whole feeling and series and everything will advance and develop quite significantly in the next few months and, of course, in years. But as I develop, I want to always maintain transparency. And, you know, I've always known that my gift is going to be bridging the gap between knowing and doing. And I also know that there are some wonderful spiritual thought leaders that I really admire, but I feel there's something of a disconnect in the pragmatic world that we live in and the metaphysical world that is sort of really kind of what's happening. So it's that duality of knowing that we're all vibration, we're all vibrational beings, and there's that knowing and there's that understanding, and then there's the living with the 99% or more people who have forgotten that or are not aware of that anymore yet. So it's like, okay, how do I live this way in a world of people who seem to be asleep or unaware of this, the inner reality? So, and I'll give a quick example to that, and that would be like, for example, with someone like Deepak Chopra talking about death and saying that it's as beautiful as birth and it's a circle of life and it's all, and in many ways I completely agree with him in that because I'll give you one example. Um, when my grandmother on my father's side was passing away, um, I'll tell you something right now. I had the luxury of, working, have my own business. I could travel. I could be there. Here was a lady that was so at peace with her full life, such a loving, loving, wonderful lady she was, that her faith and her belief was that she was going to be um, uh, uh, reunited with her loving husband, and she was going to go to heaven. And that is her faith, and that is her belief. So strong was it, and so beautifully permeated through her very being that it gave such a peace to her through her time of transition. Now, I was there, and it happened to be such a blessing that I was able to be there for that time. Because as much as I knew I was going to miss her, and as much as I loved her, I'm going to tell you, I came back from that, even though there's the sounds, the death rattles, and the things that you go through and hearing all that. She came in and out of lucidity while this was going on. But when she finally transitioned, it was beautiful. And I was so blessed to find, to be part of that. It was, because what a circle of life. But also, I remember going back to like Deepak Chopra and thinking that there's also um, things that happen where people have to grieve. I mean, people have to, it's sad. It's extremely sad, and many people never get over it, of the loss of a loved one or something like that. So I would find sometimes the teachings or it to be, I don't say glib, but a little bit. Uh, uh, it didn't hit home. And I remember when Deepak lost I mean, I would say his partner, his right hand man. Um, Boy, his name, I can see him, beautiful spirit, round glasses, David, I believe his name, and forgive me for forgetting it's just a label, his name, but he was that passed away. Deepak was moved greatly by his loss, and I felt very good to see him, just completely being with the mourning process. And it's also was wonderful to see how he was, as transcendental as he is, um, in his awareness. It was wonderful to see him having the human experience on this manifest plane of his friend David Simon. It came right to me while I wasn't thinking about it, and I just was glad to see a different perspective of Deepak's take on death. I'm sure he would still say it's beautiful to process, blah blah blah, but sometimes we forget to, just say, hey, in humans, guess what? You'll be sad as hell for a lot, and that's okay. Embrace that, because here's the message, and this is why I'm talking about this, is because I'm leaving my dog here, Thor, who's only on the ninth. He'll be 6 months old. He's a puppy, and I'm really, you might think, what do you get? It's just a puppy. Well, that's my buddy, all right? So now mom's got Kevin's dog, Roxy. Now, Roxy used to be a little spry pup. Now Roxy's big and getting a little bit older, and Thor's kind of jumping on her a little bit and whatnot. But I'm going to be leaving Thor here for over 8 days while I go to California. Now, that's a completely different regimen. I mean, Thor goes in his kennel at 8:39, maybe one or two little, hey, do I have to, kind of little whelps or whatever. But after 2 minutes, game off. If he ever whelps, it means that I didn't go to the bathroom sufficiently. Well, I learned to make sure he does before we put him in the kennel. But that guy goes to sleep all night long in the kennel, doesn't make a sound. Okay? So now he's going through a completely different routine. I can speak to him empathetically the best way I know how. But then I'm going to be leaving him here, and I'm sad. I'm sad. And I'm also extremely grateful to my mom, but that's a big burden that I'm putting on her. She's sort of celebrating her 71st birthday. She's a very young looking 71, but still, that's something. That's something. So, I guess if I were to give any takeaway from this, is to, yeah, wow, I've got mindset, I've got great success in different areas, I've got, but the other thing is I embrace my humanity. And there's a lot of people who, I choose to be happy. I choose to think that everything's going to work out. I choose to feel that that's what's going to happen. But I'm also a pragmatist, believe it or not, and realize that some things could go wrong. And, I'm aware of that. So it's interesting because I know there are a lot of people who are these eternal optimists, which is nice. But what if you're doing it at the cause of raising little sociopath kids that you said, nope, don't allow your feelings of fear or anger or whatever those, nope, you can't have, only be happy. So then you're raising little sociopaths that you're trying to program them to be exactly like you think they should be, and that's not helping. I believe that, looking at the time, that um, part of we chose to come here to be with our Earth suits, to come here to experience the human condition, the universe expressing itself, to feel these things. So don't deny yourself. Don't be hard on yourself for having feelings. Embrace them. The only trick is, and there's a quote from, and I quote all books, not just one or the other, but there's one that says, "Lo, that I walk through the valley of darkness, whatever your situation ever is in life." Uh, a lady in the Unity Church named Lassie Rosencrantz said something so beautiful when I was actually in a valley of something that I was going through. She said, "Did you ever notice that it says, though I walk through the valley? It doesn't say anything about setting camp. The key is to keep moving. Move through. Feel it, get it. Why is that here? Look at it, and then move on. The whole key is don't linger. Be in touch with your feelings. I'm going to be sad when I leave Thor. I'm going to be very grateful to my mom. I'm going to wish the best. I hope that he's, that it all works out and that his routine doesn't get all messed up. But if I were going to leave you with something in this big, long, old 10 minutes, they always tell you to keep your videos under 5, and damn if I have been able to do that so far. And thank you for staying with me this long if you have. I'm honored by that. Send me a link. I'll watch your video. Let's see what you got going on. I'd love to see what you got going on. But anyway, be in touch with your feelings. Keep it real. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. And I appreciate you being here. Thanks. Go do something nice for somebody.